or even poaching.
Well, he's not mine to give, but I mean, if you want him, go right ahead. I just hope you know what you're getting into.
All that lovely hair. Oh, and his manners. I don't care if they're false as paint. I love it. And his eyes. That man is wicked. What he wouldn't dream up on a honeymoon.
Yes, he's very attractive.
It's delicious.
But it's not that simple, you know.
Delicious.
Well, for a relationship, you need some sort of trust.
Well, he certainly kept your secret, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
He's respected every line you've drawn. And frankly, my good friend, you have drawn a lot of lines.
Well, that's because I know him. I mean, the charm is immaterial. He turns it on and off. That's why he's so dangerous.
And exciting.
Not if you're his victim. He's not. I mean, he kidnapped me. He kidnapped friends of mine. He shot my husband, and that's just off the top of my head.
Killed him?
No, not for want of trying, no.
But you went out with him. You were drawn to him.
I know. That was an aberration, and hopefully I'm over it.
This man he shot, your husband.
Couldn't be more different. He's honest. When Max said something, it was true. He didn't have any secret agendas, no confusing turns or small print. Mackenzie Corey was exactly as he seemed.
Wait a minute. Corey? What? I never thought well, I mean, that's a common name. All this time, you are Mac Corey's widow? You've got $1 million and you're washing hair for me?
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Holy Toledo. Wow, I mean, I knew you were refined, but everybody could see that right off. Wow. Would you open that window for me? Get me a glass of water?
Wow. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have kept it a secret, but I mean, you know, I've been perfectly honest with you about everything else.
I see pictures of your house in magazines. It's gorgeous. And you're staying here with me? What's wrong with you?
I've been very comfortable.
So you're allowed to turn your life upside down. But Carl isn't? All this stuff, all I hear about is how he's cold and ruthless. The man has been nothing but warmth and tenderness since I met him. And it isn't just charm. I've been married too many times not to know the difference.
Yes, he's been trying very hard.
He loves you. And you say what you will. That man can't be all bad if you're what he wants. Now, the question is, do you want him?
Makeover what? I like being a blonde, and besides, I'm a natural. I look fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's nothing. It's just that our lives have changed so much. I am spending my time with a very select group of intellectual, fashionable people, and you... I don't want to talk about this.
Spit it out.
It's just that you are spending most of your time in abandoned buildings and penitentiaries. You just lost a certain amount of... Je ne sais quoi.
French, too. Now I'm really impressed.
I'm listening to the tapes while I shave. What, you don't believe in self-improvement?
All right, fine. Take your best shot. What needs improving?
What? Let's see. Now, your body hasn't changed that much. Not that I could,
I have not gained an ounce.
Your hairs. You smell different. You changed your scent. What is that?
Jake, it's essential oil.
What?
It's from the rainforest.
You smell like peat moss.
Ian likes
I cannot believe that you did this.
I think
You know something? You used to smell like a beautiful flower. You used to smell like cookies, like things that were nice.
I think it's exotic.
I cannot believe this. You have ruined a natural resource that is more potent than any bug or stick that you could come up with.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe this. I don't even want to talk.
I can always buy more.
Talk about it, all right?
Look, Jake, when we broke up, I couldn't wear that perfume anymore, okay? It bothered me. I'm sorry.
Don't. I don't want to smell you. I just want to remember.
I'm really sorry, Jake. All right, if you want me to do this makeover thing, I'll give it a shot. Where is it, okay?
Downtown.
What's it called?
Loretta's.
Loretta's. You mean work hard? Wait a minute, this isn't about how I look.
I didn't say it was how you look. You just smell different.
You never change, do you? You couldn't just say, Pauline, I have this stupid idea that if you go down to Loretta's and sacrifice your hair, she might just tell you where Rachel is. No, you had to pretend I look terrible.
I didn't say that. I said something changed, and it did.
How I smell is none of your business.
Just stay downwind.
That's it.
Oh, fine. I hurt your feelings, so we're just gonna abandon Rachel now, right?
I placed an ad.
So what? I yelled her name out at Times Square. It didn't work. We need a plan. Okay. You're smarter than Loretta. I mean, 5 minutes, a half hour, you will know exactly where Rachel is.
She probably doesn't even know who Rachel is.
Oh, don't tell me that you fell for that fairy tale.
Yes, Jake, I did. Because she is a very nice woman, and it jives with what Ryan told me.
If that woman who colors hair is Carl's mistress, I'll spend the night with you in that bed.
Wearing a clothespin on your nose?
I'll open a window. Come on, dude, what can it hurt?
Tell you what. You do what you have to do, and I'll stay here until the late edition comes out and Rachel has a chance to see that ad.
I don't believe this. After all the days that I took off work to do this for you, this is the thanks that I get?
You're the reason she ran away, Jake.
Fine. Fine, Paulina. You have a wonderful evening.
I always put love, Paulina. That's how she'll know it's me, right? Jake!
Here, this is for you. And Mrs. Riley will do the introductions, and then, well, then Bad Breath Brimley insisted that she had to talk about Barbara Walters, how she met her in the bathroom at the Sheraton 800 million years ago. Can you stand it? Then it's you.
Well, with an introduction like that, I can't miss.
Oh, are you kidding? I mean, you're like mega celebrity, Bill. Especially now. I figured you'd be down at the headquarters with a flashlight in your face. How did you get away with that? I mean, Ryan is such a hard case when it comes to work. Believe me, I know I've been there.
Well, yeah, it's not that pleasant. How are you, anyway? You know, I told Rachel I'd keep an eye on you, and I haven't done that, have I? I'm sorry.
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's an awful big house for you to roam around in all by yourself.
Yeah, well, it was pretty cool for a while, but, I just miss Rachel, you know, catching me at stuff. It's like nobody notices, so who cares? It's
I kind
boring.
of doubt that anybody doesn't notice you, kid.
Excuse me. Maggie, I've got some news.
Oh, really? Well, I've got some news for you, too, Tomas. But later. Come on, Felicia, we've got to go.
Oh. All right. Excuse me. Nice meeting you.
Imagine.
Little girl, Louisa, 2 years old. Her mother works here. She brought her in a couple of weeks ago with an ear infection.
Amoxicillin?
Yep. And I've been keeping an eye on her. The pain subsided, but the ache came back a couple days later. Now the gland's swollen. She can't sleep. Her mother brought her into daycare.
I'll take a look at her.
No, John, you can't. It's much too risky.
It's all right. Greg will help me. Besides, I know the nurse on duty up there. She'll look the other way.
Dr. Hudson, paging Dr. Hudson. Report to the hospital administrator's office immediately.
Spader, someone ratted on you. Where are you going?
Check on a sick little girl.
John, you can't. He's trying to revoke your license. Spader is trying to revoke it. John.
What's happening?
I think I just witnessed the end of John Hudson's career.
Carl,
isn't really even the issue. I didn't come here to New York to find a man. I came here to find myself, to get back to my work. I wish you would stop plotting with Carl. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, if that's what you want.
Yes, it is, really.
See, I hear the words, but I don't believe you.
You're impossible, both of you.
Can I help it if I know you better than you know yourself? Oh, I'm sorry, Carl's not...
Well, actually, I'm not looking for Carl. I was thinking of getting a trim.
A trim?
Yes, a man has to keep up his appearances.
Well, why don't you tell me what you're really here for?
You say Myrna's positive. Ryan, I don't see how this
Look,
gun
Billy,
could
I
possibly...
looked at the microphotos myself. The sample slug taken out of this gun is an exact match of the one that we took out of Kyle's body.
And I suppose you've got a brilliant theory to explain how this gun found its way into another crime scene in, what, 2 days? 3?
Tell you the truth, Billy, frankly, I'm stunned.
You think these crimes are related?
Other than the fact that the same murder weapon was used, damn it, none of this is making sense.
Look, Ryan, this stuff always makes sense, okay? We just don't see it yet.
All right. So, what do we know? All right, that the gun was last seen...
The gun was witnessed.
Witnessed. Witnessed, thank you. The gun was witnessed by several unrelated people when Felicia locked it in the drawer of her dressing room cabinet. But she herself stated that the key was hanging on a hook in her closet.
Which means that anybody that could get into her dressing room could also get their hands on this gun.
Right. Which, when we consider motive as well, certainly narrows down the field, Billy, leaving only Lorna, Victor, Felicia, Morgan, and Donna.
When you take both crimes, Ryan, there's only one name up there that still figures.
Right.
Do it. We don't want another suspect on the road to Phoenix.
Felicia, you were totally amazing.
Thank you. Your friends and you asked some pretty good questions.
Yeah, Meredith had a really good one about work study.
Mm-hmm. You have experience in that. You did that album with Dean last summer.
Oh, right. Yeah. Felicia, what do you do when a guy stands you up? I mean, how do you get him to get it so that it's beyond rude?
You don't.
Don't what?
You don't get anyone to do anything.
So what do you do?
You move on. You know, you find somebody who treats you the way you should be treated.
That's it? You just go?
Yeah. You know, and you never look back.
Wow.
If I had learned that when I was your age, I'd been a lot happier and a lot more productive. I gotta go. They want me at the studio. You know what? I miss my girls. I even miss you. Why don't you call me? We'll have dinner, we'll go to a movie, something.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great. Bye-bye.
All right,
Thank
so-
you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay.
I liked it. I do.
I do. Bye-bye.
Are you done, or do I have to take a number?
That depends. What do you want?
Arthur quit. He's not going to tour you anymore. He said you were too undisciplined.
He wears brown socks with black pants, and I'm undisciplined, please.
Well, Mr. Adams assigned you a new trick tutor.
You know, he could have saved us both a lot of trouble and just passed me.
It'll never happen.
Whenever in my life am I going to use trigonometry, really? Okay. Okay, I'm fine. I'm realizing that. I am in a penal colony. I have no rights. No rights. So who's my new tutor?
Me.
Following you, my dear woman, I'm the injured party. You parked yourself on my doorstep. You've taken rooms right across the street. You scrutinize my every move. Well, at least you have the grace to be embarrassed.
I'm trying to find Rachel, and if that means that I have to scrutinize you, well, I guess that's just my bad luck.
Look, my dear, I would take you straight to her if I only knew where she were.
Carl, don't lie to me. I know you've seen her. You brought all her Christmas presents to Bay City.
Is there proof of this?
Allie saw you.
She's a precocious child.
Look, I have a witness here in New York who saw you and Rachel buying a teddy bear.
Paulina, do I really strike you as the sort of person who would go out and buy a teddy bear?
Carl, stop it. You didn't buy it. Rachel did.
All right. All right, you win. Rachel bought the blessed bear, but I have no idea where she's staying, and she made it perfectly clear that she wants to be alone. And it's only that I have such regard for her and respect for her that I can't invade that privacy.
Well, don't you think I understand that? I know how badly she was hurt, but John and Kelsey saved my life. Her testimony could get the charges against him thrown out. She has to come home. She has to talk to the hospital board.
Yes, I heard you were ill when you returned from the rainforest. How do you mean they saved your life?
They used an illegal drug. Not illegal, just not approved yet. And now they could lose their licenses.
Right. Well, if Rachel contacts me, I'll certainly pass this on to her. But do you not think, Paulina, your time would be better spent back in Bay City defending these two physicians?
No, I am not leaving until I find Rachel.
As you wish. Can I use your phone?
Sure.
Good afternoon, Ito speaking.
Hello, Ito. I shall be returning home this afternoon, and accompanying me will be my lady friend, Miss Loretta.
Yes, Mrs. Corey.
You are the soul of perspicacity, Ito. Would you please make ready the guest room, and we shall require supper. Something simple, yet delicious. That I leave to you. All right? You're back. That's very interesting. Is South American?
No, it's from San Cristobal.
May I? Sure. This is a decoration from a grave site, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Yes, the saints were supposed to watch over the family members while they had their visits with the dead. You know, whoever got this desecrated someone's final resting place, where did you get it?
A friend of mine took it from my mother's grave and gave it to me.
Oh, well, that would be quite different.
I'm so glad you approve.
Yes, that's right. Your poor mother didn't survive, did she? But you did.
Yes. I was lucky.
Undoubtedly, Pauline. What days those must have been, eh? Three partners intoxicated with hope, Mac Corey passionately in love with your mother. This is all that's left.
Actually, you're wrong. Leon Rain's work saved my life, and once his formula is developed, who knows how many lives it could save.
But you know who I feel for?
Rachel.
Oh, poor Rachel. She had her illusion shattered when your erstwhile fiancé revealed the truth about Mac. But know who I really feel?
Mac Corey did not destroy the rainforest. Someday we're going to prove that, Carl.
Well, be that as it may, but the one I feel for is young Ian. You know, he has no life of his own. It's all to do with his father. Revenge his father. Exonerate and restore his father. Poor lad hasn't yet learned. We're somewhat alike, Ian and I.
You and Ian?
Oh, yes. We were both raised to believe that Mac Corey destroyed our fathers. We were both raised on a diet of great hatred. Little room named us at the start. Well, it's not a happy way to live.
No, it's not. It's a waste.
It's getting old, man.
Sorry I had to take you away from your work.
What do you think? You can break me with this tired routine? You bring me in here, you ask me the same question over and over with? I done time. I dealt with people who do this much better than you.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe sometime in the near future you can give me a few pointers, but in the meantime, I've got some questions that need to be answered.
I told you the night Kyle was murdered, I was at Lorna's with Felicia and
You
Morgan.
and Juby Moon, you knocked over a Reynolds liquor store. I want to know who drove. Was it Calvin Jones or was
That's
it his
ancient
brother?
history.
It's your history.
No,
and
the
I
case
want an
is
answer.
closed. I did my time.
Right, 1976, 18 months in Juvie Hall. Who drove the car?
What the hell is going on here, man?
I'll tell you what's going on. I want you to sit your butt in that chair, and I want you to answer every single question I have.
Maggie, the answer is 4.
before. This isn't like a lottery. You can't just pick a number.
I know that. I tried to figure it out at the Daily Grind, but it was just too noisy. I couldn't concentrate.
Okay, let's go back to the basics. Do you remember the Pythagorean theorem?
What goes up must come down.
Okay. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Their coffee is really expensive.
Whose?
The Daily Grind. See, the Pythagorean theorem describes the relationship between the sides of the right-angle triangle. Now, does that sound familiar? Well, stop me if I'm boring you.
Listen, why don't I just take this home and I can do it by myself?
You ready
okay?
to try that with Arthur, okay? The result is 0.
Yeah, well, at least Arthur shows up when he says he's going to.
So you meet Arthur at the Daily Grind?
I wasn't dating him, if that's what you mean.
Oh, so whenever you meet somebody at the Daily Grind, it's a date.
Well, I wouldn't know, you know, because no one showed up.
No, he showed up. And he waited for 10 minutes, and then he had a split.
10 minutes? It takes me 10 minutes to park the car
That is your
alone.
problem. Okay, you're an exact.
Oh, so first I'm undisciplined and now I'm an exact?
It's the same thing. A squared plus B squared, showing up on time.
Give me a break, Tomas. Okay, math has less than 0 to do with life.
Math is better than life. That's not exactly what I had in mind.
I thought you trusted my sweetheart's judgment.
No, I do. I do. It's just that I was actually thinking of something a little more conservative. That's nice. It's different. I'm just not sure that early Beatles is necessarily going to work on me.
Well, why don't you take a look in the book and see if there's anything you like?
That is, it's definitely some hotel Carl's staying in, huh?
Oh, my Carl always goes first class.
The fountain with the Cupid and the fish?
Yeah, ornate is the word.
Yes, that is definitely the word.
You find something you like?
Yes, Loretta, I like you, and that's why I didn't think I could live with myself unless I told you the truth.
Do tell.
Carl is not a man that can be trusted. He's a cad, a womanizer, and I have a very good authority that he's two-timing you as we speak.
Not my Carl.
Sad but true. I mean, where do you think he goes when he leaves here?
I don't know, but I trust him.
Well, you better brace yourself. Because not only is he seeing someone else, but he's seeing someone that lives on this very street.
You know, you're what they call delusional.
Her name's Rachel Corey.
Get out of my shop. Well, what do you mean slandering my sweetheart?
You know something? I don't know what your name is, Loretta, if that really is your name, but you're no more Carl Hutchins' lover than I am. There's no fountain at Carl's hotel. It's not even damp. Look. This whole thing's a scam. I don't know where Rachel Corey is, but you do.
Listen, Mr. Off the Rack. My Carl could buy and sell you 5 times over if he wanted to, and don't think he won't do it if you show up in my shop again.
Just tell Rachel that I'm gonna find her.
Who is that?
Jake McKinnon.
What is he doing here, and how did he find me?
Dr. Winthrop, the nurse from daycare just called to tell me that Dr. Hudson had been in to see Louisa.
Yeah, he heard about the case, and he wanted to help. He loves kids.
Well, she said that he was going to talk to you about phoning in a prescription.
Good.
And this is the guy they're trying to railroad? He's terrific.
I don't understand it any more than you do.
Well, if anybody cares what a line cook has to say, I think they should give him a raise and leave him alone.
I'm with you.
I'm going to go up and sit with Louisa because they moved her to pediatrics so she wouldn't infect the other kids, and I don't want her to be scared. But when you see Dr. Hudson, will you tell him thank you for me?
I will. And as soon as I talk to him, I'll get you the prescription. Hi, what's up? What did Spader say? Does he know you saw Louisa?
Listen, I want you to run a CBC on her. We know that she's going to have an elevated white count. That's okay. At least we know where we stand. Substitute the amoxicillin for low dosages of penicillin, and we'll be on the right track, okay?
The mother wanted me to thank you.
No problem.
So what did Spader say?
He didn't know a thing.
Then why the bullhorn?
Apparently somebody told him that I was here in the hospital, and he wanted to let me know personally that he had set a date before the hearing.
I'm really surprised you didn't punch his lights out.
Come on, what do you think I am? Some kind of a Neanderthal?
Yeah, just a strong doctor.
Yeah, there you go.
So when's the hearing?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? How are you going to prepare an adequate defense in 2 weeks?
Quickly.
And if Spader decides to revoke your privileges here permanently, then...
And no one will ever let us practice anywhere. If they suspend our privileges here at Bay City General, nobody's going to hire us. And I'm sure that if that happens, Spader will insist that the AMA bring us up on charges.
This is outrageous, you know that.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you going?
Well, I gotta make a phone call. Keep your fingers crossed. With any kind of luck, we may have found a star witness.
Better than life? Come on, Tomas. Have you never had ice cream or seen 3 movies back to back or have gone swimming at 4 in the morning?
It's not life. That's vacation. Life is what you do every day, and it's a mess.
So let me get this straight. In order for something to be great for you, it has to be neat.
No, it's not about being neat. It's, look, one is always one. Okay? It's real, it's pure, and you can understand it. Everything else, like the people, the weather, you can depend on it.
No, you can't. Not when they only wait 10 minutes.
It's not about 10 minutes. Okay, it's just the way it is. Look, Michael Jordan left basketball, just like that. No warning. River Phoenix died. You can't count on anything except math. It's real. It's the basis to everything. Now, if we can just get back to that, to the perfect numbers. Look, okay? 10 fingers, 10 toes. 2 eyes. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Life is math.
Wait, dial me in here. You're not just doing this rap to blow my mind, are you? I mean, you really like this stuff?
I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
He loves it. He's a nerd. He looks like a hunk, but he's definitely a nerd. He loves it.
Jake McKinnon has dedicated his life to ruining my family and my company. He was engaged to be married to my stepdaughter, who discovered that he was engineering a smear campaign aimed against my shareholders.
Wow. Says on the card that he is the CEO of Corey.
Oh, yes.
How did a slick character like that wriggle his way into a class?
Because he had a backer who bought up a great block of stocks in Corey, and they were going to oust me, but I resigned before that. Jake has now gotten himself on the board, and he's undoubtedly moved himself into my office.
No wonder you ran away. What kind of place is this Bay City? The men sound like they're all full of stuff and nonsense.
Question is, what does he want? Why is he here?
Well, it's not for a haircut, I can assure you of that.
He stands to benefit from my not being in Bay City. Now, why is he here?
Well, I tell you what. I think you should save these for your ornithological pursuits.
They're Jake's.
Yes, right. Bad watcher, isn't he?
Carl, I didn't see anything anyway.
Well, anytime you'd like to see me, I'm in the book.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hi, it's John Hudson.
Has something happened?
Yeah, they set a date for the hearing. Any luck finding Rachel?
Sorry, I need to, you know. Yeah, hi. No, just someone in my room. I think I'm close. I put an ad in the paper. Yeah. I'm hoping that she's gonna see it and call me. I'm sure she will. I'm almost positive. How's Kelsey holding up? Yeah, I guess that's to be expected. I'm doing my best. I'm really not quite sure. Yeah? Okay.
Could it be Mac?
All right.
Okay, that B&E in 1981, that was with Raul Fernandez.
You got my file, you tell me.
Just answer the question.
Hey, what do you want? Why don't you tell me that instead of picking through my priors?
Well, luckily I'm making the rules here, not you, Victor.
Hey, I'm off parole, right? I'm clean. I'm an upstanding citizen. Now, either you arrest me or you let me go.
Did you ever do any business with George Tyler? Specifically cocaine and heroin?
No.
You sure?
Look, I was clean for 2 years before he ever started dealing.
You never do any business
Look, like
with
I told you, I was off of that. Now, what the hell do you want?
Someone tried to kill Tyler last night in a drive-by shooting.
Ah, so I'm the only guy with priors you can find and harass.
Come on, Victor, you know, this isn't personal or anything.
No. What do you think, I'm stupid? You think you can beat me with this drive-by so I'll deal for the Kyle thing? What do you want me? You want me to turn in Lorna or Felicia? Or how about Morgan? Well, forget it. Because I was nowhere near Tyler that night or any other night.
Well, then how come your prints were found all over the gun?
What gun?
The gun that we found in the car that was used in the drive-by shooting had your prints all over it. And guess what? It's the exact same gun that was used to kill Kyle Barkley. Now, why don't you explain that to me?